Hello, welcome all to Actual Play Agon Second Edition Playtest Episode 2. Wow, this is becoming a mouthful. I am here with Nadja and John and Karen, and we're going to pick up where we left off last time for Greek heroes. But first, why don't we all say hello and say our pronouns and say what we're up to these days. Nadja, what's going on with you these days?
Hello, all. I'm Nadja Tikor, aka Trista. My pronouns are she, her. There is a marching band outside of my apartment. If you can hear it, I apologize. There's literally nothing I can do because there's like 50 of them in one of me, and I'm very small. Other than that, lots of things happening with our reality show on /Twitch stream on. Been doing a lot of work for that, and I'm getting excited about it. And you should be too if you like reality shows. Or even if you don't, even if you're a fan of my work, you should watch it. John, what's up with you?
Way. I mean, that's good enough for me. I don't really even need to know what the show's about. If you're doing it, then I'm in, That's all it takes. Hey everybody, I'm John. He, him are my pronouns. I have a movie recommendation. I put this on Twitter, but Netflix has a new there's this, I don't know what they're calling it. It's like that modern horror genre, like It Follows and The Black Coat's Daughter, and they're like kind of horror-y, thriller-y, I guess. It's hard. I don't know what their official genre is, but they just have a new one that just came out. If you're a fan of that set of movies, it's called The Ritual. I thought it was going to be terrible, and it turned out to be really well done. So especially for gamers, it's like really good gamer fodder. It's got a lot of cool, if you're play Cthulhu or anything like that, there's fun stuff to mine from that. Really.
What type of horror would you say it is? Is it like slasher horror or like isolation horror?
Yeah, kind of isolation-y. These guys, they go for it's British. They go for a lads weekend in the woods in Sweden, and they're kind of lost in the woods, sort of thing. But with some horror elements. Again, horror is not quite the right word for it, but I was surprised. It's in that type of genre, especially. You're always kind of waiting for them to mess it up and really drop the ball and do something stupid and have a terrible ending or whatever. And when the movie ended, I actually almost cheered because I was like, we made it. We made it through. They didn't screw it up. So yeah, The Ritual, pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Not appropriate for Agon, really, at all. But, well, maybe a little bit, actually. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to spoil anything. But.
In the middle of the game, John is suddenly like, "I'm Adrastos." Recall us back to the creepy days of
Jewel. No, I don't think so. Karen, what about you? What have you been up to?
Oh gosh, Improv for Gamers, the book is coming along. We've been looking at layout. It's very, very exciting. We have plans. I have plans to make some kind of half-page flyers that I'm going to bring to conventions and stuff, and hopefully make available online. That's going to have kind of one exercise on the page, so people can just start playing improv games already before the game's out, and possibly also starting a YouTube channel if I can convince enough of my improv friends to be videotaped doing improv games. Here's the thing: is YouTube improv. It doesn't matter how good it is. It's hard to watch, and there are a lot of instructional videos on YouTube already for improv. So I'm trying to figure out if that's useful or fun or helpful or will be good to watch, or if it will be extremely dry, because improv doesn't translate very well to video. But that's what I'm working on right now. Back to you, Sean.
Thanks. What if you did it live?
Shit.
What if it was streamed?
How would you do that, though?
I don't know how. Yeah.
My mind was just completely blown.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Figure it out. No, that's amazing. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways.
Karen, what pronouns do you use?
Oh, I'm sorry. I use she, her pronouns.
No problem. Thank you. I'm Sean, your host this evening and GM. I use he, him pronouns. And I am producing this and Girl by Moonlight, which is coming up soon, which I'm really, really excited about. We just got a draft of Scum and Villainy. Almost is coming back. Another draft of Scum and Villainy is almost coming back.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, Karen's working on that. Karen's editing that. And so that's fun to see that getting really, really close to print production. And I'm looking at a couple other Forged in the Dark games that are moving a little closer. So that's exciting on the Evil Hat front and on the actual play front. But mostly I'm here to be the shield bearer for these amazing heroes that are around me. And
I mean, some are more amazing than others, but I mean, it's not like we keep score. Except we totally do, and I'm winning. But you know, that's a minor detail. Just throwing that out there.
Well, John, there's no helmet tonight. I'm just.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I mean, last time I gave you all that extra glory, but no, Adrastos earned it by challenging Ares.
Yeah,
and won a bunch
defied
of glory.
that. Defied the God of War. No big deal. Just another.
I was so ready to sink your asses. I was so ready. You're like, we got this ship. I was like, and it's Tinder.
Hogne actually helped me on that roll when we defied Ares at the end. Marka and I rolled, and Hogne helped me, and I forgot to square up the oaths because I have oaths. Hogne owes me 3.
Yeah.
But because she helped me, she like neutralizes one of those.
Yes.
Right. So I only have 2 in here now. So
I would like to propose that I neutralize the other oath for dunking so hard on Adrastos in the last episode.
I don't remember that. I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay.
My memory's kind of fuzzy, but I don't. No.
And in fact, thank you for mentioning it, John, because there's a few bits of bookkeeping that we didn't get to last time because the timing was running late. The first bit of bookkeeping is that I'm gonna try to keep a better eye on the time, and we'll start winding down around 9:30 so we don't run over. The second one is I'm really gonna try and pronounce Marika correct throughout the night and not butcher it.
That'd be great. Thanks. Yeah.
I know. I apologize for all the times I messed it up. Keep trying to do it better. There are a couple other things, little things. I was a little flippant with some Roman versus Greek names, so John corrected me, and I'll try and stay with the Greek words where I can. Yeah. So from last session, we fought some Amazons, or you waged a war of oration with some Amazons. And
I believe I told them all to sit down and give me their shit.
Yeah, and they did. They made you their captain. And then Ares came and gave you a quest to pit the 2 generals against each other and tell them that whoever won in a battle would gain his Crimson Cloak, which is just out of reach right now, but I will grab it if it's needed. And the 3 of you all said, to hell with that. We're going to beat them both and take the damn cloak. And Ares laughed like, sounds good to me. As long as I mean, his sincere hope, which I don't think I conveyed, his sincere hope is that you would not only beat them all, but then take their armies to go to war. He doesn't want just one act of violence. He wants war. But, you defied him, so.
Yeah, what Ares wants is like high on our priority list, right?
Armies sounds like a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
That's really going to cut into my lounging around time.
Maybe you could just send them off to go fight somebody. Just go fight somebody. We don't care. Win, lose. It'll make people happy. Or just tell him to piss off. Take his cloak and run. So the thing that we didn't do last time is count up legend. And you get legend for several things, which I'm going to pull up. And that is ultimately, it's not glory now in 2nd edition, or at least in the playtest version of 2nd edition that we're playing with, but legend that determines who is the hero that is remembered of the 3 of you.
That is true. That is true.
So
glory is just XP now.
Yes.
which still matters, but yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to go through and we'll ask a couple questions about who did the best of things, and each of those people will earn a point of legend. I believe it's a point of legend. I'm going to double check the document right now. Throw it in the Zoom chat as well. So
I think that's right, but we should check just in case.
Very cool. In fact, I will read this bit because I think it's an interesting revision. Agon explicitly has a winner. One hero will be remembered long after the names of their companions have been lost to the mist of times. The purpose of the game is to make sure that your character is the one who becomes the legend. This is a tricky goal because while the game is explicitly competitive, it's also cooperative. As friends, we must work hard to make sure that every hero is covered in honor as befits a member of such exalted company. It's a true hero's pleasure to lavish honest praise upon their fellows. And then, yes, we will tally these things up, and you'll go ahead and mark your legend. So the first item are great deeds, the highest cumulative glory overall. And that is, I believe, Adrastos with 10. In fact, I'm not sure I have everybody's glory totals. Karen and Nudgy, can you tell me yours?
Mine was low. Is that in the character sheet somewhere now?
Yes, I think I transferred it over for you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I only got 3. And I just got 3 by being there.
I've got
Like-
5.
Okay.
I didn't have to do anything to gain 3.
If I can butt in real quick, we have a new character sheet, a roll 20 character sheet for real.
Yes.
And Ash is here in chat, so I wanted to point out that Ash McCallan made our character sheet for us for roll 20, and it's awesome. You'll see us using it later tonight, and she does this professionally. So I hired her to do this sheet. She was kind enough to take on the job, but if you need roll 20 character sheets for what you're doing, you can contact her. Her Twitter handle is at ACEGIAK, ACEGIAK, or something like that. I'm not sure how you say it.
Ash is in chat right now, or at least she was a little bit ago. So she can correct you if you're wrong. I just gave everybody a little sneak peek, just popped it up for a moment so you could all see.
Good stuff.
And yes, so Ash has got her own legend total of made the best Agon character sheet.
That's true.
Taken that. All right, so highest cumulative glory overall goes to Adrastos. Most damage inflicted in a single attack, and that I was looking at last night. And each Adrastos and Hogne defeated one minion, and Hogne rolled higher on hers. Hogne got an 11 and Adrastos got an 8. So I'm giving most damage to Hogne on that case.
Oh my god!
Because in the end, who rolls highest? Yeah.
GM horse shit going on here.
I would like to say that both of you basically used me to threaten everybody else, which is how I got 3 glory, just by standing around. So really, if I hadn't been there, like, I don't think it would have been as impressive.
But it does,
like, not that I rolled or that I added anything like mechanically to your roll, but I like to think that in spirit, like, you rolled really well.
Wow. Yes, but the big stick doesn't get the glory.
Damn it!
you gotta go. You gotta go. Prove that worth right there.
Yeah, I think the session's gonna be a little different, but we'll see.
Well, I have some thoughts. There's it doesn't. The rules currently don't say don't have a rule for if there's a tie. In general, in Agon, if there's a tie, nobody gets it. It's
or the highest fate, depending on the thing,
or the highest fate.
Yeah, which is good for Karen.
Yeah, but in this case, I'm going to take highest roll because it applies to.
I think that's totally fair. Yeah.
So most damage taken in a single attack. You guys just walked all over everybody. Nobody took any damage. y'all are just fine. Highest ability roll is
I
also.
would give it to Adrastos for getting dunked on, though. Personally.
I mean, I thought about it actually. I thought about calling that a wound. Like you can take damage. Yeah. You can take like emotional damage. I considered being like, take that as harm. Because there was mechanically speaking.
I will totally take it as harm if I can get that for my great deed. That's a fair trade. I will totally do that.
There's a mechanical justification for this dunking, and this harm is that Adrastos, you gave a helping die of lore, and you also lost the lore battle, and so you would impair your lore twice, once from helping with it and once from losing with it. So I think it is not inappropriate that dunking did actually cause harm to Adrastos.
Yeah.
Since that was the cause of it, was his poor knowledge of whatnot. So yes, we'll go ahead and mark a wound rather.
Okay.
And take most damage taken.
Harm 1 dunked on by Hogne.
If you do win this game at the end, though, the legend is thirsty ass Adrastos. It just becomes canon.
Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough.
It's like great spirited, thirsty ass, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's a heroic trait. Highest ability roll was also Hogne. You got it. You got a 12 in our achievements, but it counts. The beginning of it. Most beasts defeated in one encounter. There were no beasts defeated. Most men defeated in one encounter. I don't know. What do you guys think?
That was also Hogne and I both took out hulls.
Yeah.
Of the trireme, but
I'm captain.
She's the captain, and she did roll higher.
So rolled higher.
It was a tie in terms of number of minions, but I think Hogne.
Yep. So it's another one, Hogne.
Yeah.
Oh wait. See. Okay. So this is where being a playtest is interesting. I can speculate about whether or not these rules are going to wash, because then there's later most monsters, which there were none, and there's also most minions defeated in one encounter. So that one roll is like ending up learning you 3 legend, one for doing the most damage, one for defeating the most men, and one for defeating the most minions. And if we played really long sessions where we had like multiple battles, those would probably be more spread out. But in the scope of
like a character creation session and also part of him,
right?
So it was a little truncated.
Probably minions over men. I think
so.
To get one.
I think I'm going to call that minions.
But also these are just temporary, right? Like as soon as somebody outdoes that, you get the spot. So it's not like it's permanent or something. It's like,
I thought you were. Well, tell me if I'm wrong. I think you're accumulating legend, and then the next person to accumulate it has to beat your.
Yeah, they have to beat your.
But they don't take it from you. Like you get a point of legend right now.
Yeah. You get the points now, but then like who's top on the scoreboard changes, or
Right. So yeah, go ahead and take it. Take it, because all someone has to do is defeat 2 minions, and they will then have the top of the scoreboard. In fact, I should be writing all this stuff down too.
I made a note for 2, and same thing for men defeated.
Okay. I'm gonna modify. I'm gonna copy the doc, and Google Docs. All right. Maybe I can show everybody what we're looking at.
And just so that I'm clear, I have most damage with 11, something with a 12, and then most minions at 1.
Yeah, you have most damage, correct. Then the something at 12 was highest roll at 12.
Highest roll. Please excuse snare drum.
Yeah, Ash, we'll definitely send you any changes we need for the sheet, for sure.
Yeah.
We will do that.
So far, we are looking mostly at minor things. So,
and this is like for people streaming in the future when Agon is out, 2nd edition is out. Like we're doing all this out kind of in the open because it's playtest, and we want to kind of bring you guys in a little bit, and it's a bit of a tutorial. But after the game, we're talking about it a little bit, and like this kind of stuff is easy to do over email between sessions and just get that out of the way. Or like character creation, also super easy to do before you start, and then like introduce your character when you start play. So it's a little like herky jerky here in like calculating this stuff, but this kind of stuff is super good for like between session, correspondence. We like to do it here because it's a playtest.
Yeah.
We want to record.
Yeah, it's a playtest, and we want to kind of walk through it. So, so to John's point, you're also taking most men defeated in one encounter as well. Because
a lot of H's.
Because there's a lot of H's on there.
Yeah, I've got H for.
Okay. Then we list any hallmarks of greatness they demonstrated. This is not a definitive list. A true hero forges their own path to greatness, so be alert for other hallmarks to add. For each hallmark of greatness, a hero tallies a legend. Bested a friend in one or more contests of skill. We had the achievements where you were all besting each other, but in play, I don't think there were any specific.
Wait a moment. Remember that one time Adrasa shot an arrow into the ocean, and then I sniped that helmet out of the Amazon's hand?
Yes.
I remember that I did that to help your role. That's what I remember.
I mean, but in the narrative, though.
Right.
I mean, I don't think we had a contest of archery that you won. I think.
Right. So, I mean, not that I don't want to like say let's dunk on Drastos. I mean, or dunk on each other. I mean, that's the nature of the game. But I don't think it was a contest between the two heroes. It wasn't like who's the best archer here. It was still the reason I say that is because I was rolling the Amazons against you. Like ultimately,
it's totally fair.
Facing off against each other.
Now, if you want to have a contest of archery, I will try to get out of it, but we can do that.
It's interesting because refreshment is all about challenging each other in very similar ways to the way achievements work. So this is definitely going to hit the first time you guys have a refreshment scene, because that's all you do is you stand around and be like, who's the strongest? Who can wrestle the best? Who can sing the best? And you'll all just beat each other up.
Totally.
So that's going to come up then. It's definitely not something. Made the rest of the band laugh. There were very many humorous moments.
There were.
I'm the resident meme lord. Let's be real.
Not just putting to herself.
Yeah,
I agree. I
gotta agree with that.
What do you think, Aaron? You think that was more spread out?
I don't know. I don't really. I'd have to watch the whole video.
Yeah. Led the band.
So I'm gonna advocate for myself here. Just because, I mean, it depends on how you look at it, right? Like, leadership probably goes to Hagne because she actually stepped up and took control of the ship and like led the Amazons, and in the fiction.
Well, you went over first.
I think I was kind of like pushing the group for.
You were the person who said, "Oh, your champion is in here. Sweet, we're taking over your ship."
Yeah, I would give it to Adrastos.
Yeah,
and that was what instigated that battle, and what eventually ended up with you taking over the Katos.
I mean, it's a very fine thing because it's also at the end. It's also Marika being like, "No, actually, I'm gonna challenge these people to duels and blah 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 blah," which is definitely leading us into this next session, but maybe it hasn't materialized yet. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's fair. I think it's.
I will take that one.
Etch their name into the pillars of history during battle.
Actually,
did that.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Called upon God for aid or succor. Nobody called upon their God for aid. Spoke to a god. All of you did that.
Yeah.
So in this case, that is going to round up to the person who, because this is an award for one person. So
Mhm.
this is going to default to the person with the highest fate, and that is Marika.
Oh, that's right. Those semi-divine heroes.
Yeah, you just stand out more.
Talk to gods, you get glory. That's just how it goes.
And
So sorry,
defy.
am I adding a glory somewhere? Am I
You're not
doing-
gonna add a glory. You're gonna add a legend. You're gonna start another track on your character sheet of legend, and you're gonna.
Where's
bump
the
that.
legend track?
There isn't one. You just
Oh,
put
okay.
it in special abilities or something like that.
Okay.
I'm just keeping it in my notebook for now, so
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, same.
we can add that later. Yeah, spoke to a god and defied a god.
And defied a god, and that was Adrastos. You're the one who
I rolled the highest.
you rolled the highest.
I would like to say though it was my idea to just say fuck that. We're gonna take the cloak.
She got a roll for it though.
She did.
Well, yeah, she
Well,
did.
yeah.
She did roll for
I mean,
it.
she didn't roll higher,
Mm-mm.
but let's see. Let's see how
No,
much
that's a good point though, because
you were the one who initiated it.
it was your contest. I participated and I did roll the
Mhm.
highest, but it was your contest.
Yep, that's a good point.
That's fair.
Yeah,
No,
take
yeah,
it.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Yay.
All right.
I just said some pretty words, but you were the one that.
The one that said no deal, no
Mhm.
deal areas.
Well, and there was a reason too. Like I didn't really have a reason to defy the god.
Mhm.
Marika had the reason. She was like, no, I'm going to get the thing.
All right, so Marika, you're taking all the god legend.
Yep.
All right. I want to quickly.
as
John,
Jason-
did you?
Jason says this list is not definitive. I think Naja already got the points for it, but our group would definitely have best pregame Twitter meme, which I think you got for laughter. I mean, let's be fair.
Mhm.
Right.
Going
Yes.
forward, if we play some more, I think we're all on board for some pretty hot competition, GIF wise.
Yeah, but I think she won it tonight as well
Oh,
already.
she
I
definitely
think you've
won it tonight.
already been.
Mhm.
You've already been.
Yeah.
I have gift with the best. Come at me.
Oh, we will. We will.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going
So
with the Rock until he wins.
you're gonna keep going with the Rock.
I mean, everybody loves The Rock.
Typical, always play rock.
That's right. Good old Rock. Nothing.
One note memer. Whatever.
All right. Most men defeated. I'm trying to go through and best of friend made Ben laughed.
So, Sean, we get one per thing. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So my total right now, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm seeing you as 4.
Yep.
Marika, I'm seeing you as 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Hogne, I'm seeing you as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. There we go. Okay. And I'm sorry, chat, that the way my screens are aligned, you're not really seeing. You're seeing like the edge of it. I apologize.
Oh, we didn't do virtues, Sean. We have to do virtues real quick.
Yeah. I'm on. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Virtues is the next type. You're right.
That's
Okay,
also.
Yes, there's one more thing. After everyone has had their turn being lauded for their deeds, as a group decide who best embodied the virtues. Each is unique, and no hero can claim more than one. If the group cannot agree, or if no hero truly embodied a particular virtue, don't award it for that session. Being an exemplar of a virtue allows your hero to tally one legend as well. So the virtues are courage, justice. Oh my God, John, do you know how this is pronounced?
Sophrosony.
Thank you. And sophrosony, which is temperance and prudence. And yes, only one person can be awarded each of these, although these will just rotate through. Like you don't need to like one up the person next time, like you'll have to in the future.
I have a nomination for courage in the ancient Greek mode, less in our modern way of thinking about things. I think Marika getting up in everyone's faces on the ship and like really wanting to fight everyone. That's what I think of when I think of like Achilles or Hector or whatever. It's not like Dudley Do Right, like I'm brave. It's more like bloodlust kind of.
I was very upset by this whole talking it out
Yeah.
solution that y'all came up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you were really angling for, but could we just kill them all? And I think that is my read of it as well. This is my read of the
That's how I like to read them. I mean, we can choose what we say, but I always like having that like kind of asshole Greek hero instead of the kind of modern heroics that we think of.
Yeah, I mean, consider what you've done so far and been lauded for it. Showed up some people, told them piss off, shot an arrow at them. Then they came up, you're like, oh, that's my ship. Then,
Exactly.
Right? I mean, that's what you've done. Right? Saw God, went piss off, God. We're doing our own thing. So yes, I think. And the other thing that I think would also qualify for that is defying of Ares.
Sure. Yeah. Definitely.
You were just like, no Ares, no deal. Justice, I don't feel like there was any justice at all. I don't feel like there was anybody who was like, this is wrong and I'm going to write it. But if you want to advocate for
what if, I mean, it depends on, again, like this is a group decision, I think, but we did have we delivered justice in the Greek lawyer ball sense because we said, bring out your champion to stand against us for contest of your vessel. And according to the old ways, we will do what's right. And they said, we don't have our champion. And we said, okay, well then it's ours. Like we didn't slaughter them. We didn't do anything, you know, we followed. I mean, I'm being very like nitpicky about that.
Well, so I mean, I agree with you. I was feeling that was angling more towards temperance and prudence, that you didn't murder all of them.
Oh, sure. Okay. That, yeah.
So, and because you can't earn two of them. Sorry. What are you saying?
I think I would angle for myself getting sassafras or whatever it is. And if justice is the same thing and I can't get both, I think I would probably be a better fit for the other one.
Okay. Because of the mediation that you did, because you like putting the Amazons in their place of like.
Yeah, coming to them as a sister rather than going with the Marika plan and doing all this bloodshed on mere minions. I think I was an advocate for we have bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, I think so.
That rings true to me.
Sophrosiny.
Okay.
One of those. I'm not exactly sure how you say it. But yeah, that makes sense. That's Hogni. Yeah. And maybe there's no justice here. Maybe the way you put it, Sean, it rings true. Like there's a wrong that we need to right. That seems more on point.
I think so.
Yeah.
So, and this for me is an interesting question about the playtest, because in first edition you're just going for glory, and glory is generally pretty clear cut. It's like who rolled the highest, who beat, who won in the most contests, and you can push for glory in a very mechanical sense. I'm going to roll on all things. I'm going to try and get the best rolls, and I'm going to be the most daring in combat and things like that, which is totally fitting. And this system is saying we're going to round table it and decide who was the exemplar of all these things. And so there's a weird tension there, I think, of how hard do you advocate for yourself? Like the game says you want to win. So how much do you advocate for? I should get that thing, and I should get that thing. When right, it's also about collaboration. And if it's a mechanical choice, like who rolled the highest, it's easy. But if it's something like this, I think it's I think it's interesting as a playtest to run into these things and decide.
I could
does it
definitely
make
see.
it-
I mean, we don't need to spend a lot of time like rewriting the game right now, but I could see a kind of Greek democracy advocation kind of thing where you can for each thing or each maybe break them out in different groups or something, but you can nominate another hero for that thing,
Mhm.
but not your own, and like maybe that's a way to handle it where there's less conflict of interest there because you never
Yeah.
advocate for your own hero.
Yeah.
You say
Yeah.
among the other heroes, who do you think should get it?
And Ash points, and Ash points out that Torchbearer does this, and so does Burning Wheel in those games. But in those games, you're not explicitly competing.
Yeah,
So that's what's weird about it for me is that the whole well, like you said, we're not going to reinvent it right now.
It's an important point to bring up though, because we don't want that tension to be unfun. So having a little bit more of a strict way to handle it is probably good.
So I'm seeing my totals as Marika 3, Adrastos 4, and Hogne 6.
Yep.
In the legend department.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ash. Torchbearer is totally competitive.
Sure.
It's not officially.
Not officially. Okay. Wonderful. So let's I think with that we're ready to jump in to the current session, yeah? I'm not forgetting anything.
Let me scroll real quick. Nope, I don't have enough glory to actually get in it yet. So
what's the minimum glory you need to advance?
20.
Cool.
Shit.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get there. So I
think.
All right. I think that sounds right to me as well. Okay, so as we left off, you were at the aisle, the Peristi Rovachoi, and let me pull that over to players. And out front were two great warships, and you have captured one of them, the Katos, and still in the mouth of the two rocks, the Golden Galleon, which is run by a mixed crew of both Greeks and Persians, is facing you. They're still a bit off in the distance, but you see as the thundering rumble of Ares' voice, a very haughty laugh dies down. You see rocks crumbling from the top of the pigeon rocks, sort of tumbling down and plunging into the water, and one of them, a larger piece, kind of rolls and topples, and it does this like end over end thing where it looks like it's going to stay really close to the walk wall, but then it bumps into it and it kind of flies out and it crashes just very close to the Golden Galleon, and there's a huge splash of water that comes up out of it as the rock almost smashes into the ship, and then the rest of the rocks kind of tumble down in smaller bits.
Does that look like something happened because of Ares' booming laughter, or is it unrelated?
Well, you as great Greeks would know that sometimes even when the gods have agreed to the terms of heroes, they don't do so quite happily, and so it may in fact be that though bested, Ares is not done with his influence here. Yes, this is very much a shake caused by the gods' wrath. Or not wrath so much as play.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Just having a bit of fun.
Just having a bit of fun.
Yeah. Okay.
So great. The boat you're on is a trimaran, bristling with Amazon warriors. They wear a blue scale leather armor, and the hulls of the boats are each painted as a different serpent, different sea serpent. They're painted in different colors of each of the three hulls. The hulls are all wrapped in this silver rope that ties up, but the rest of the rigging of the ship is standard. And as you make your way into where the two generals are, which is in this which is this bay. I mean, they've told you they're meeting on the beach, which is between the two rocks. The Golden Galleon, which towers up above you, has all this amazing gold filigree on the outside, this embossed depiction as you get closer. Yeah. You see that it actually depicts the Greeks storming the walls of Ilium. And when that giant rock hits and the water splashes, the boat kind of, it like pushes out of the water a little bit. And the depiction when it's at rest looks like these mighty Trojans that are these warriors are like defending the walls, but when it rises up out of the water, you see the Greeks scaling them. Almost as a trick of light is that when it comes up, you could see the Greeks overtaking them all along the hull of the boat. And even at this distance, you can barely make them out. They're little figures. They seem to be mocking you and laughing and making lewd gestures. And you see you can see a few of them hanging off at the edge, and it looks like they're betting and drinking. And Marika, one of the Amazons, turns to you. She's terrified of you. She's like straight up like,
good.
I don't want this woman to kill me.
Yeah.
But she says, if you really wish to test your blade, we are now your allies, and we would go to fight with you against those haughty bastards.
I don't test my blade, I use it. Just little semantics there.
I have no doubt. And Hagne, you get a similar plea, or not a plea really, but a similar suggestion. Another one of the Amazons, she tells you, if you truly wish to be, she's not that quite a bold. She sort of looks and says, "Are you truly an Amazon? Or do you truly wish to be an Amazon? Do you wish to be one of our sisters?" And she seems earnest in this question. Like she's not quite as terrified of you as they are of Marika, but she's definitely deferring to you.
Okay. I say, I think I've proven myself multiple times on this day and my dedication to Artemis.
Oh, certainly. But if you truly wish to prove yourself, wouldn't you want to do so in battle? And she sort of looks towards the boat that you're heading towards.
Oh, of course. I've already noticed them. I've noticed their offenses against us. I can't stand. I don't need you to suggest what is clear to me already.
Oh, well then, she very quietly, that she, as soon as you sort of talk, as soon as you chastise her at all, she is quick to,
foolish girl. I don't tolerate this from my own comrades. Of course, I'm not going to tolerate it from some other ship.
And as if on cue, Maria comes in and is like, so do we have to fight this other boat before we fight people who matter? I mean,
we just have to shame them.
Okay.
And address us notably, none of the Amazons are talking to you.
Yeah. Shocking. Yeah.
They're completely avoiding you. I mean, not avoiding you. They're just not talking.
Adrastos is not. I mean, he's kind of clueless, but he's not that clueless. Cersei educated him about certain things, and he's not that dumb to be like, "Hey, ladies."
Right.
No, he's not that type of guy. But while that's going on, if I have the opportunity, I'd like to, kind of like scan the beach, and see if I can spot Akita and Thessala, maybe, or just whatever, like whatever.
Sure.
Supposedly there's like something happening, and I can hear in the background, this has probably happened on previous quests of ours, like Marika's being offered bloodshed and glory and I feel like maybe we need to deal with the Amazon captain first. So I'm like quickly like looking for her so I can be like, wait, she's over there. Hang on.
Yeah, I mean, I think Marika wants to do that too. She's like, whole boat of nobodies versus the somebodies
Yeah.
and the cloak. Like, do we have to carve our way through these no ones just to get there, or can we skip it?
Hagne is very proud and does not want to let an insult stand.
No, I'm totally with you 100% on that one, Hagen. We should do both. Maybe we should do that first. Maybe
Yeah.
put these people in their place first, and then see what's happening on the beach.
Yeah.
Sure.
But absolutely, if you want to scout out the beach and see what activity is happening there, they also have scouts that are watching you, and they may be prepared.
Sure.
For you. So let's find out.
Roger, you're the captain of the boat. Like, what's the disposition of us right now? Are we like turning to give these people the business, or do we have the chance to scout first?
Honestly, I think boats move very slow. And we could conceivably be doing both.
Sure.
Yeah, the Kados is much faster than the Golden Galleon for sure. You have incredible maneuverability, and while boats do move slow, it doesn't feel like it's slow when the wind is whipping through your hair and you're tacking hard and you're holding on, to keep the boat from capsizing.
So we could like whip around them, maybe.
You could try. They're sitting right in the center of it, but it doesn't mean you couldn't try and do some like fake out end run, switcheroo thing. You could try and evade them. They're definitely blocking the way right now. Both boats were, and then when this one came out to greet you, they sort of moved into the center, like, haha, they kind of snagged the like sweet spot that the two ships had been contesting when the Kados came out after you. So the galleon has just sort of plopped itself right in the passage. What
do you want to do, Naja, to like humiliate these a-holes?
I would love to sink their ship.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just trying to think of like what means I have at my disposal to do such a thing.
Well, you have a warship. I mean,
it's true.
I mean, I'm not saying like it's trivial, but
we're also way more maneuverable. Could we like goad them into making a move that would swamp them? If they try to match our nimble.
Let's do some Fast and Furious. I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, ride up and try and get them to try and tack too hard, too fast. Yeah, I mean the boat looks massive and hulking. What you all know of sailing is that like to have those hulls are very heavy. They're very hard to capsize, and it virtually uncapsizable. In fact, I mean those boats are meant to be able to take ocean weather and barely list from it.
Are you saying it would require a great deed of a heroic?
I'm just saying it would
to do.
Yes, it would take a great deed. It would take external forces, as it were, to have that great of an impact. You would have to do something mighty.
I can help with that. Maybe I'll still roll in this, but I can definitely help with the special forces department.
Cool.
I also think I could probably reach out to Artemis to chastise these lewd sailors.
Yeah.
I got Poseidon, maybe. So
I bet Hera would just
really they picked the wrong ship to fuck with.
Yeah. Oh, I was wondering. Like I'm sorry. This is a little aside, but I just was wondering, Karen, what is Marika's relationship with Hera? Because you're Zeus's daughter.
Yeah.
And by virtue of being a demigod, you're not Hera's daughter.
No.
So you're the product of Zeus's extramarital affairs.
Was he ever there for me? No. He just showed up as a swan and cuddled my mom and then left, and then she had me. So very bitter.
I'm not saying.
I think Marika definitely grew up with a certain narrative in the household, which is Zeus is a jerk. So I think going to Hera be kind of obvious because Hera's like, hey, yeah.
Okay.
I hear you.
And she doesn't you're in your relationship with Hera, she has not thus far begrudged you for being the progeny of Zeus's wayward ways.
I don't think so, but you know, Sarah, she's also quite fickle and capricious. So who knows
Okay.
where, you know, which way she decides the wind blows, but
All right. So it sounds like, I mean, you certainly can try and figure out what's going on the beach, absolutely. But as you're getting closer, it sounds like one of the things you do want to do is once figure out, like, in what way could you best this boat in a contest of maneuverability and give them a disadvantage.
I have a thought. I like your idea of sinking their ship. That's awesome.
mm-hmm.
So maybe this is a two-part thing, Sean. I don't know how you want to do this, but Adrastos will definitely be like, yes, Captain, let's sink their ship. Good idea. And also, he will propose a contest among the three of us of we will each pray to our god, because we know the strength of the Amazons alone and the maneuverability of the ship alone may not be enough to sink our enemies. I will pray to mighty Poseidon, master of the deeps, and he will capsize the ship for us. And you will see that my god is greater. And so I will totally propose that, like, the Amazons, I mean, maybe we'll roll in this contest too, but the Amazons will run circles around these idiots, and then one of our gods will, like, lend the helping hand, whichever among us has, like, the best faith or whatever. That's something that I would propose in character. Like, I would boast about how we're on the sea. I worship Poseidon. Clearly, my prayers will be heard. I'm the one that should pray.
That should pray.
And
too.
I would say Artemis would never leave her own to suffer in front of these fools. I will pray to Artemis, and she will smite them for their temerity.
Artemis is frolicking in a wood, hunting a stag. She has no divine power here. But you will see, Poseidon is mighty.
It sounds to me like you're all having a contest of which god to pray to.
I mean, you know, Hera just rules heaven and earth and everything between. But sure, no big deal. Fight over your water and your woods.
I like Marcus deadpan boasting. Like, yeah, whatever.
Let's have a contest. The Amazons are certainly not going to contest you on this. They are not in the position to appeal to the gods. So they're not involved in this. They're watching they're spectating here as you all decide which god it is that you're going to pray to, because we all know that when we invoke too many gods' names at once, mixed signals make for bad things, right? Like,
it's all fine. We're on the ocean. It's only Poseidon can even hear us, so I don't even know why you guys are bothering.
Right. Well, let's see who is going to win this contest. Certainly, I can tell that Adrastos and Marika and Hagne are competing over this. I'm not sure, Karen, if Marika is throwing Hera in the lot.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Yes, that is the spirit. So let's see what kind of challenge this would be.
Sean, I think my goal, like, just talk mechanically for a moment here. If one of us wins, that positions us to be able to sink the galleon when otherwise we couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Is that fair?
So you will be, yes. So you are going to be competing against something. Then you're going to be competing against the favor of the favor of the galleon itself.
Sure. Yeah.
Because you want an advantage over the galleon in the ability to sink it, and so the four winds which protect the galleon are going to be rolling against you.
Okay.
So I think this is oration. You're all boasting about which of your gods is.
I mean, it could be spirit because we're praying to our gods.
It could be spirit. I would go with spirit.
Just saying.
I mean, spirit's kind of nice.
Yeah, spirit's kind of good.
All right. I am So this is more than, in my mind, this is more a matter of you showing an aspect of your gods, of your faith than it is
Yes.
than it is speaking that than it is trying to prove anybody your god is the best. It's showing your own faith in them.
That was my intention, was that whoever among us was actually the most faithful would win, not who prayed the loudest.
All right. I think using oration as a creative ability is super appropriate if one wants. So I'm gonna roll.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna roll the golden galleon as well, while you guys roll that. So we're gonna play with the character sheets for the first time.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody's seeing this. All right. You can't quite make it out. I'll move this down. Everyone can see the golden galleon right now. And
what's our opposition dice, Sean?
Your opposition dice looks like a D6 and a D8, okay. But I think, wondering if Thessala's name is going to go into that.
Isn't Thessala not on her ship though?
She's not on her ship. Yeah, that's why I'm pondering it. But her gods are protecting it. But it's not a question of the gods. We haven't gotten to the gods yet. We're just talking about the spirit of each side. So yeah, you can roll against a D6 and a D8.
Okay.
So we're starting with spirit and name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're gonna check spirit and name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't think. Well, maybe I will add an ability here.
You'll note your divine favor are the little boxes that are currently filled. So if you're spending divine favor, unfill them. The empty ones are spent ones.
And I'm sorry, what does divine favor do again?
It can do a number of things. You can open-end dice that roll maximums. You can add additional dice to your pool. You can re-roll dice. The adding of dice should be done before the roll, I believe. We were talking about that last time.
Yeah.
The re-rolling of dice is done after.
Gotcha.
So a D8, that's like 4 glory at stake here, or 3, maybe 3, I think.
Take a peek.
It's not a lot, but it's a decent chunk. I think I'm just gonna trust in my D10 spirit. I'll re-roll it with divine favor if I have to, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing we can do here, I don't really want you guys to do this, but we can call in oaths, right? We can be like, well, you owe me.
Mm-hmm.
So I demand that you help me in this, which would impair I would give you my D10 to roll on your behalf as well. And it would impair my die. I would almost certainly like retributively oath you back. But because I have the highest die, it's like kind of better for you guys to do that in a way, right? Because I get D8s out of you and you get D10s out of me.
Yep. Well, also John has +2 on spirit, and you get that as well.
You get that as well. Yeah, it would.
So it's yeah.
This is one of the balancing things in the game when the person with the best thing is like, I want to do this, and you go, okay, but we have oaths, so and you just like nail them with your
right, and then
honestly,
suddenly
there's no reason I should not call in one of my oaths.
There's no reason you should not.
unless you want to save it for a more important contest, but otherwise. It's only 3 glory, so maybe this isn't that important, but
I'm going to save mine because I've only got the 1 oath for you.
I'll save mine.
I would say that don't worry about spending your last oath because it's really easy to get an oath. You can get an oath right now if you wanted to by helping Adrastos. Right? Like you could just be like, and I help you, and you help me. You know, they're not precious at all. So I mean,
that's true.
You don't have to spend them, but they,
And I'll call one in.
Son of a bitch.
I mean,
All right, I will too then. All right, let's do this. I mean, we're all in this together.
you get an extra D6 for your spirit.
Oh, right, because yours is already impaired. God damn it.
No, I just have D6 spirit.
Oh, I thought you had D8. Oh, okay.
Nope, grats.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
And what about you, Marika? Are you going solo or are you calling it an oath?
No, I'm going to go with solo. Although it occurs to me now that I don't know if any of these stats had been temporarily reduced from last session.
I think John.
I
impaired
marked
them.
Agnes because I knew she had some impairments, but I didn't see any impairments on your sheet, Karen, so I didn't do any.
Okay.
I don't think.
Maybe I didn't impair one.
I don't think you did, but
Yeah.
That's fine.
yeah.
Just thinking
Yeah.
about that.
All right. So because this is the first time we're doing it, the way you're gonna handle this is you're going to check your box next to your name. You're gonna check the box next to spirit. You're gonna try to make sure there's no other boxes checked.
Mhm.
Then you're gonna click on the little D20 next to Agon, and when it says "What are you rolling?" you can leave it as Agon if you want, or you can type in the name. And then for bonus dice, it's gonna ask you bonus dice. You're gonna put in whatever dice you're getting. You're getting a benefit. In the case of Adrastos, he'll put in a D6. In the case of Hognish, he'll put in a D10. And then when it says
D10 plus 2?
no, you'll just put in D10 for bonus dice, and then it'll say bonus, and you'll say 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's my 2. It's mine.
But
Yeah.
I'm just doing spirit plus name.
You're just doing spirit plus name.
Cool.
And I'm just doing spirit plus name.
And you don't have bonuses from spirit, do you, Nadja?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I had an impairment checked on my spirit.
All right, great. So John gets a
How
D4
did
then
I get
instead
that?
of.
No, wait. Oh,
I
I
think
did
you-
impair it. It is a D6.
Okay.
It was originally a D8.
I thought it was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank
That
you.
makes sense. All right. Cool.
These boxes are hard to notice unless you're
Yeah,
really
it's
looking
hard to
for
tell
it.
what's
You have to
impaired.
mouse over it to see the original. number.
I
Yeah.
as a gracious host, will go first, so you know what you're going up against.
Yes, please. Okay. Okay. That's not too bad. A 6.
Oh, a 6, and it's and I can open end it too.
Oh, that's right. You can.
I got divine favor too.
Are
all right.
you going to do that?
I don't know. I think I might see what you guys get. and
Okay.
decide.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
right.
Here we go.
So I'm trying to figure out-
Oh no.
Thanks, Mr. Harper.
Oh no. Adrastos got a 12. Got a 12.
Oh,
Damn.
dang.
Yeah.
Well, I
that's
see
like that.
Adrastos got a max die, and so did Marika. So everybody could be opening ending these things.
Oh,
if
yeah.
they wanted
Except
to.
for
What
I'm
does that mean?
definitely going to.
How do I do that? What does that mean? What I want the thing.
So you spend 1 divine favor,
Done.
and you are going to roll whatever die maxed out. So in your case, you rolled an
It
8
would
on a
be
D8. So you're going
Mhm.
to roll another 8 and add it to that total. And
You
if
guys
that
go-
hits an 8,
Go
you're gonna
ahead.
keep going.
You guys go ahead. Good luck. Try to hit a 12.
That's definitely what I'm going to try and hit. Okay, there we go. I do see my total. I was trying to figure out. I'm looking at the way the algorithm was working. And,
Nah.
well, you actually use the die roller thing.
Yeah.
So you just type in roll 1d8.
Oh.
But I guess you just selected a d8. So that's fine.
I did. I just selected name.
Yeah, you
Okay,
did.
perfect. Okay,
So,
excellent.
A single
All
D8.
right. So you're sitting at 14. It's not bad. They don't want to have any part of this. I'm going to roll. And I'm going to do it the same way you did, Karen. That was really smart.
Mhm.
I'm going to roll just their name and see what. And I have a dog who's just like, hey, can you? Oh, okay. Not bad. All right. So I'm at an 11.
And I can't re-roll because I used John's
You can-
die.
No, you can't. You could re-roll if you want, but you can't explode a die because none of your dice hit their max value.
The D10 didn't hit.
No,
Nope.
if you hover over, you got an 8, and then you have
I
plus
see.
2.
I see.
8 plus 2, yeah.
Yeah, you know it hit max because it has a green box around it.
Gotcha.
So
Sean, I don't see your roll for some reason. I think I have to reload roll 20 maybe.
Yeah.
What's your current total?
11.
Mm-hmm.
So Karen's winning with a 14.
Yep.
Fine. Okay, yeah, and I spent the Golden Galleon's favor for that.
Well, obviously, I'm going to spend a divine favor and add, because that would be silly not to.
Yeah. In this case, you're just going to be adding a D10 and not plus 2, correct? I think I'm correct. You explode because plus 2 is the total to your roll. It's not per
the plus
die.
2 is riding on top of the total already. So yeah, it doesn't
Exactly
become cumulative, right? Okay, /R 1d10. I need what do I need? A 3?
Be a 3.
Yeah, okay. That's all right. Hey. Oh my God. I rolled a 1. That's a 13.
All right. So
there is nothing to be done. There's no more spending. That's it.
all right. Well, so you won. You beat them because Marika. Well, you both beat them too.
We both beat them.
They got an 11.
Mm-hmm.
So you are all the victors. And let me remind myself who gets glory. Everybody earns 1 glory.
Yay.
Marika, because you had the highest roll, you earn 2 more.
Technically,
I'm sorry.
I did not beat them.
Sorry,
I did not.
Hogne, you did not beat them. Sorry, you're right. It's all who win the contest get 1 glory. So Adrastos gets 1. Marika, you get 3. Hogne, you get zip. Hogne, your spirit is impaired. As you see that the 4 winds favor this ship more than Artemis favors the Katos. And this seems to be when you're talking and you're praying and you're speaking fervently to Artemis, you sense that like the Katos has disappointed Artemis in some way, that they have done battle before and they've lost. And Artemis is not unwilling Artemis is displeased. And when you call out, I mean, that's who they worship as well. And it hasn't, and they've failed him in some way. And so by being their captain, you sense that your God does not, is not pleased.
New warship, who dis?
And
I get it.
Thank you, somebody for modding.
I got you.
And let's take a break at that. So we'll describe the fallout, but we everyone who helped should impair their helping thing. So Hogne's spirit is going to be double impaired, once for losing and once for yeah. And
I have no spirit.
You have no spirit.
Oh,
and Marika, because you won by 4, you get 2 victories over them.
What?
So you now have a D8 advantage over them, which can be used to sink their vessel. Not in a like combat with them fighting. It can be used to pray to Hera to sink their vessel, or to use some other kind of great feat to sink their vessel. So if you want to fight them, you just fight them. But if you want to, once you have defeated the people on it, once you have got them in a chase, and you want to use that, you have that advantage against them. Yeah. Hera favors, of all the people here, Hera favors the most. So, which is really ironic, since Hera has something to say about this. But we'll do that after the play.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, for sure.
So cool. So we'll be back in 5, and thanks everybody for hanging out with us. And we'll do some ship to ship excitement soon.